Nothing is going back to normal. I need us as Americans to fully grasp that nothing is going to go back to normal or be the same after this. Some things are irreversible. A lot of Americans have this mindset that once Trump is over, things are going to reverse, and that isn't true. If Trump gets us into a global recession, if not a global depression, you're not going to fix that in a matter of 4 years. It's going to take possibly a decade. Do people forget that the Great Depression lasted for 12 years, from the stock market crash of 1929 until the start of World War II? That's 12 years. Are people aware that when the oil embargo of the 70s happened, it wasn't until the 80s that things got back on track? So if we're gonna have an economic downturn, a severe economic downturn, especially with the petrodollar declining, it is going to take years, if not over a decade, for things to get fixed or corrected, if ever.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Hashem, Rakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to mighty YAHAWAH who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity, as well as a speckled bird that may look like the other nations, but are actually Yasharallah. This brother Kawakab Kamechu with another lesson. Today's lesson, today's lesson, I want to go into this. I think this is such a big thing that I don't think a lot of people tend to really realize or acknowledge. I think that's like the best term to use, which actually, let's start with this first. 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 11, and for this cause Yahweh shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. And I think that is the delusion in it, where people think that no matter what happens or no matter how bad things get, America is always going to live, or America is always going to be around. America is always going to, like, whatever bullshit type shit or whatever that people think that Esau or the Edomites are. They think that they are the pinnacle of everything, or they are the center of the universe. And it's just so disgusting to me to see people like not even acknowledge this type of like stargazing. I don't know what the term is, but like stargazing that people have towards Edomites, where it doesn't matter what ethnicity you are. If you are an Edomite yourself, if you are a Moabite, Israelite, whatever, all right, you are going to, or a lot of these people tend to I think that's the word, idolize Esau, Edom, except for certain people, very few people that actually have their eyes open, as well in America, more specifically in North America, more specifically, as well as people from other countries, like that were born in other countries, are able to see, like, this is not right, or this is evil, this is wicked, or whatever, and stuff like that, to acknowledge that there, because that was the thing that I had seen in one of the videos I had done just, I think, yesterday, I believe it was, where there was this one guy, I don't even know what ethnicity he was. He might have been European, or maybe he was Middle Eastern, whatever, but this one guy, he was talking and saying, like, multiple countries like China and Russia and whatever other countries that he mentioned, all right, said that they support Palestine, but and that America is wrong in supporting Israel. That's what they said. I'm not saying anything. I'm not giving my opinion. I'm just saying, I'm repeating what he said. Now, as a result of that, the dude that he was talking to was responding, saying that why would we care about what China and Russia think when their countries aren't even run in a proper way, or a moral way, quote unquote. But the funny thing about that response is how more specifically the West, or Europe / America, they are so fixated on it's my way or the highway that they don't even realize that, or they don't even realize how ironic their statement is, given that they were the ones that did the transatlantic slave trade. Number one. Number two, they how are you going to be hypocritical and complaining about how other people run their nations when you yourself are a part of one of the biggest issues on the hold on, let me mute my thing since this is making noise. You're a part of one of the biggest issues, one of the biggest atrocities on the earth, all right? But yet how other people, if other nations aren't running their countries the exact same way that you are, if they're not all freaking all for alphabet rights and whatnot, then you don't want to hear them, or their opinions, their whatever is invalid and stuff like that. Like it's such a ridiculous it's such a ridiculous argument to say, because how is it that different sovereign nations, all right, whom have been, as a matter of fact, how long has China, all right, that's irrelevant. Okay, the main thing is that you are, or the only thing that matters to them is that, okay, well, if they don't agree with us, then fuck them, and I don't care about their opinion, I don't care about anything and stuff like that, rather than actually acknowledging that other countries are able to have their own coherent thought, have their own opinions, and say that what you're doing is objectively wrong, all right, which it is objectively wrong, all right. So continuing on, Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 8, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient is in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. So the thing here is that it is better that we see the end of it, and we're going to see the end of this kingdom soon enough, Yahawadah. And the reason why we can say that is because we're watching all the different stuff. We're watching how, okay, the economy is failing, the prophecies are happening. What's the other thing? Oh yeah, the prophecies. Wars are erupting. Basically, everything is going on where we're able to see all the stuff go down, but yet we're able to see all the stuff go down while all this stuff is happening. All right, people don't want to acknowledge that. People don't want to acknowledge that this is looking more and more like the end, because there was this one tweet or whatever, or X, I don't know what it's called, tweet, that they said that America is reaching its end phase, its end goal, its ending years or whatever, where no one goes past 400 or something years from an empire. That was basically what they were saying. So as a result of that, yeah, America is on its way out, but not everyone is able to see that. Not everyone is able to acknowledge that. Not everyone wants to acknowledge that. They just think that, oh yeah, America, this and the third, the strongest nation, or in whatever, rather than the objective destruction that's coming to America. Okay, so Jeremiah 10 verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. So that's what we're waiting for. That's what we're looking out for. The signs of heaven, the prophecies that, okay, yeah, this is the end. We're watching the end of Esau's kingdom. All right, let me actually get this. Let me actually get that and said, so it's in the Apocrypha, obviously. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So after Esau has his reign, then the Israelites, or Jacob, yeah, they're gonna have their reign next in the kingdom of heaven under Yahawashi. All right. So continuing on, Isaiah chapter 30. Actually, no. Let me go down. Isaiah chapter 30 verse 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly and instant. Basically, people are too fixated, too focused on, I want to see, or Sakia, I want to see the continuous prosperity of Babylon rather than the end of it, the justified destruction of it. All right, and they are trusting in in the perversion of justice and as well as the oppression of the Israelites and more, not just the Israelites but more. Okay, Daniel chapter 12 verse 10: many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And at the end of the day, the people that don't really understand the end or judgment, then that's just not for them. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, double honors to the elders and apostles, great males, son of God, and shalom.